Thank you for choosing the U.S. Water System's All-American Reverse Osmosis System. In this video, we will be installing the RO system under a sink, but keep in mind if space is an issue, it can also be installed in a basement or other remote location. But if that is the case, a permeate pump option is recommended for added pressure. And to avoid damage, never install in a location where temperatures fall below freezing. If you purchase the All-American RO, you don't need to worry about installing the filters, as it ships with them pre-installed. In another video, we will be going over replacing filters and sanitizing the system as well. Or you can refer to your service manual. Alright, now let's go through the installation steps. First, let's start with the faucet. The RO faucet should be placed near the sink where drinking and cooking water is used. A 2-inch flat surface space is required to mount the faucet. Also, the thickness of the mounting surface should not exceed 1 1/4 inch. If the sink is a sprayer, it can be disconnected for the faucet installation. If not, you will have to do a manual install. Keep in mind though, if you have a granite, quartz, or any kind of stone countertop that can split, you may want to consider having a professional drill the faucet hole. Before drilling the hole, check under the sink to make sure you have space and will not be interfering with anything like plumbing. Drill a 7/16 hole, make sure the drill bit is compatible with the surface material. Once you have your hole, you can begin mounting the faucet. Place the base plate, followed by the rubber washer, onto the faucet, and place it into the drilled faucet hole. The faucet should be positioned so it empties into the sink and the spout swivels freely for convenience. Underneath the sink, attach the flat washer followed by the star washer and then the hex nut. Tighten the nut until the faucet is secure. Now attach the faucet adapter to the threads. Make it hand tight and then give it an extra half turn with a wrench. Next, you will install the feed water angle stop valve. Turn off the cold water supply valve for the sink faucet. On this install, the water line has a push-pull valve. Your shutoff may look different and have a more traditional turning shutoff. Next, open the sink faucet cold water to relieve the pressure. Remove the sink faucet, also called whip hose or tubing, from the shutoff valve. Be sure to have a towel to dry any water that is spilled. Now install the angle stop valve on the sink faucet shutoff valve and tighten it. Don't worry about the angle stop valve position because it will swivel and can be positioned later. Now install the whip hose or tubing on the angle stop valve and tighten. Be sure the blue handle on the angle stop valve is in the closed position. Now open the sink shutoff valve and check the angle stop connections for leaks. If there are leaks, repair them now. Now you can install the drain saddle. Drain saddle valves are designed to be installed on standard 1 1/4 inch PVC drain pipe. Install the drain saddle valve above the trap on the vertical or horizontal tailpiece. Never install a drain saddle valve close to the outlet of a garbage disposal because it may result in the plugging of the drain line. Position the port side of the drain saddle valve at the selected location to judge where to drill your opening. If the pipe is horizontal, make sure to never position the opening at the bottom. A side or top position is recommended. Install the rubber gasket on this half of the drain saddle. Be sure the gasket hole is lined up with the porthole. Drill a 1/4 inch hole through one side of the pipe. Be careful not to drill through both sides of the pipe. Position both halves of the drain saddle on the drain pipe. A good tip is to use a drill bit or screwdriver to check that your drilled hole on the drain pipe and saddle port are lined up. Secure the drain saddle clamp on the valve with the provided bolts and nuts. Make sure not to over-tighten, just make it snug. Next is the tank installation. Apply Teflon tape to the tank outlet threads. About 6 wraps is sufficient. Install the tank valve by turning it clockwise. Making it hand tight is usually adequate. Now that all of that is done, we can now connect the tubing. All tubing can be cut to your desired length with the included tubing cutters, but keep in mind it is a good idea to leave a decent amount of slack. This will allow space to pull the unit out of the cabinet for future filter changes without having to disconnect the tubing. The blue line goes to the faucet connector. Make sure all tubing is firmly pushed in place. You should feel it sink snugly into place. Run the other end of the line to the outlet found on the polishing filter. The orange line goes from the angle stop valve to the inlet of the sediment filter housing. The black tube is your drain line. The end with the flow restrictor will run to your system into this port on the membrane. Note, if you have a system with an optional permeate pump, you will run the line to the brine out port on the pump. The other end of the line goes to the drain saddle. Lastly, The green line goes from your tank to the inlet of the polishing filter. Now that everything is connected, place your RO system and tank in its desired location. With the system in place, you can now begin the startup. Make sure the valve on the storage tank is in the off position. Now slowly, with little pressure at a time, open the angle stop valve. With water now running through the system, check for leaks. Open the RO faucet until a steady stream of water flows. The initial water from the system may be discolored. This is normal. It is simply the excess carbon flushing out of the system from the carbon filters. Once there is a steady stream of water coming from the faucet, close the faucet and wait 5 minutes to see if any leaks result in the entire system. If there are no leaks, open the storage tank valve and allow the system to fill. Most systems will be full within 2 hours. Once the tank is full, open the RO faucet and drain the entire tank. You may have to do this process twice before the water is fully clear of all the carbon discoloring and ready for use. Your installation is now complete and you are ready to enjoy your new RO system. Keep in mind that filters will need to be changed every 6 to 12 months, and the membrane will need to be changed every 2 to 3 years depending on your water quality and your water use. The TDS meter that is included with your All-American RO system will help you determine when the filters need to be changed. Look for our other videos on using a TDS meter, filter changes, and sanitizing an RO, and even how to hook up an RO to an ice maker. You can also check out our website at uswatersystems.com or give us a call at 800-608-8792. Thanks for watching, and until next time, enjoy your water.